Hi everyone and welcome back to 5 Minute Family Search. So what I would like to do now is to teach you a neat little trick called a parental search. And what that is we are going to go into the search option on Family Tree and we are going to look for parents and to see if we can find all of their children. So the reason that we would want to do this is the government records, sometimes like if they do a census report, they will run the census report and then a child will be born. When they run that next census report, the child may have passed away. So the child didn't make it on either one of those census reports. And so an easy way to go in and to find out if there are children missing is to search government records. But to do that, you have to go through and look up the child's name, but here we don't know that there was a child. So that's how that kind of ends that path of search. So what we can do is called a parental search. So what I am going to do, and I'm going to show you this. So this is my family tree here. We have Clarence Thomas Morton and we have Clara E. Edwards. We're going to click right here to see how many children they have. And I do know that these are right because this is my grandfather and my two great aunts. So they had 3 children. 1, 2, 3. So Clarence Thomas Morton and Clara Edwards. So I am going to come up here to search. I am going to right mouse click because I want to open it in a new tab. And I'm going to say open a new tab and it's going to open up here. Oh, and you can't see that. I apologize. I didn't open that enough on my screen. But anyway, I am just opening up another window so I don't have to close this window out so we can bounce back and forth so I can teach you this. So I'm going to come over here and this is going to be the search historical records, and I'm going to make another video about this, but I wanted to teach you this little trick quickly. And there's a lot of ways, a lot of information is what I'm trying to say, a lot of information you can pull down by doing this. So instead of typing in a first name and a last name, like I said, we wouldn't know that this child existed. We're going to come down here in the middle of the screen with search with the relationship. So I'm going to click on parents. I'm going to enter in Clarence Morton and I'm going to enter in Clara. Now, I'm not going to put a last name for her, and the reason being is because if I put her maiden name, it may only pull up records with her maiden name. So if I keep it Clara, I'm doing what I taught you in the past of keeping it very general. So I put in the father's first name, the father's last name, and the mother's first name, and I'm going to scroll down to the search bar, the search tab, or button, I guess the search button. I'm going to click on that. When I do, it's going to load up all the government records that it could find that have Clarence Morton and Clara listed as parents. And so these 3 right here, there's a whole bunch that came up. You can see this, 679. But the ones that are on top are the ones that match my request the most. And here we have a Charlotte Morton, a Clarence Morton, and a Juanita Morton. It has their birth, their residence. If I keep coming over here, father was Clarence, mother was Clara. Same thing for all 3 kids. If you go down to this Mark Moulton, you can see these aren't the same. So even down one more, you have the same father's first name, but the mother is different. And so we're looking at Charlotte, Clarence, and Juanita. If we come back over here, their children are Charlotte, Clarence, and Juanita. So we were able, by going and doing a parental search, to have them, the computer, filter through all of the millions of records and come up with just the records that have Clarence and Clara as the parents of children. And so if there were other children that had been left off of census reports, it would have pulled them in and it would have shown us there were 4 children and we would be like, well, we only thought there were 3. Then we could look at the dates and we would understand, okay, this child never made it onto the family tree because it was in between census reports or nobody knew that there was a 4th child because the child died so young. But it is a very, very, very effective way to quickly go through family tree and to find out if there were any children that were left out of your family tree.